Welcome to Inter's Racing League Tier 3. We're here in the Netherlands. I'm joined alongside in the commentary box by Broseph. My name's Ethan. Broseph, welcome to the Netherlands. It's a wet race, or wet qualifying looks like it. How you feeling?
Mate, yeah, feeling pretty good. Always great to be here. As you said, Tier 3, Inter's Racing League. Yeah, welcome back, Ethan, to Inter's Racing League. It's been a while since you've heard you on the mic, but yeah, mate, you've been one of the founding members here, so it's great to have you back in action. And yeah, looking forward to a great race. Looks to be a bit wet, as you said, in quali, but hopefully the skies do clear a bit and we can get some solid racing out there on track.
Yeah, hopefully we do get some dry racing because this track is always known to throw up some good racing when it's a nice dry track. Going through a track, it's a technical on this track. You got bank corners, the undulation is insane, and with the wet conditions, it's going to make it even harder for these drivers, especially with that rear end wanting to step out underneath you at every given moment. At the moment, we're watching Tetris on his outlap, making his way round to the second DRS straight. Not that it's going to be activated for qualifying. What is your predictions for qualifying?
Good question, especially in the rain, as you said, it's going to throw up, you know, a little bit of a different result, you'd imagine, to in the dry. Look, Almighty Gob has been super quick lately. He's been in great form, as has Mertz in the Ferrari. You can't really count out Tetris. Bridgie's been solid as well. T. Salmons is always consistent down the races. Actually, he's popped up a few times. Quite Cake has been in really good form as well. So look for him to probably be in the top 5, you'd imagine. Quick Killer as well. He's been in super form in the Alfa Romeo. While I'm rattling on, I'll just go over a few reserves while I can. We're actually got a new debut in Tier 3 at Inter's Racing League tonight for Alpine. So we've got Jeromeon. At the moment, he's in the pit box, but waiting to come out for his outlap and his debut. So best of luck to him tonight in the Alpine. We've also got Bang in the Mercedes as a reserve. We have Domwar in the Alfa Romeo as soon as he can get himself into the lobby. Ratbag as well. He's in the Haas tonight, so great to see Ratbag on track. And that's it for the reserve so far. So we should be getting one more, and that should be 17 on grid tonight.
Yeah, obviously, great to see new people hopping in, and it's great to see debut races just increasing the community per se of this sport. And we'll get the track map up. We'll try and find our first timed lap driver. It looks like it's going to be a Williams.
Yeah,
Tetris.
It's Tetris. Yeah, you're right. The bloke you had on earlier, he just got a purple metal sector, as I think every car racks that up. So it's just coming around the final turn now. Let's see what he's going to get, Ethan.
Up to the line, he's going to put in the benchmark lap of a 120, and then Gob goes a couple hundreds quicker, 120.208. So that is the benchmark time. I don't think he's going to get any faster than that in the wet. Normally the wet is known for one-off laps. So we'll see what happens. The next car to come up to the line is an Aston Martin by the looks of things. Quiet Cake.
Let's have a look.
And he's got an AlphaTauri behind him. Quiet Cake up to the line. He's going to go 5th quick. And then Jaredith goes 7th quick in the AlphaTauri.
You got to say Luke Fallow as well, and the Williams posted a 120.2, so right behind Gobby there, not much in it, 300ths.
300ths of a second, and we got a car off. That is pole sitter.
Looks like a Red Bull.
It's the pole sitter. Almighty God, he's going off in the gravel trap.
Yeah, look, that's that curb. I think it's turn 5. Or maybe, no, actually, it might be a bit after turn 5, actually. I've got to get my map out and have a look. But yeah, that's that curb on the left-hand side. If you just get your car to wander a little bit off to the left on the curb there, it will absolutely just kind of suck it away to the left and you get spat out into the exit road. Happened to me a few times yesterday in training, and you can imagine in the wet it'll be even worse. So you just got to make sure you hug it to the right and keep away.
Yeah, and whilst all that was happening, we've got a new pole sitter and another new pole sitter with a 1:18.72 to Tamasu, I think his name is.
T Salmons,
T
yeah.
Salmons, sorry. Sorry if I butchered that. T Salmons goes a good 2 seconds quicker than Gobby. They're all getting into the 19s now, so is that a sign that the track may be drying out a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. There's still it still looks like there's a fair bit of spray coming off the back of the cars, but yeah, Salmons he's put in a bit of a cracking lap there, so shout out to him. I thought he might be in pretty good form, and he definitely likes it in the wet so far. Ratbag in the Haas has posted a 1:28, so there's not that much separating the teams here. I'm just on board with Tetris, who's just gone wide onto that curb I was talking about. So yeah, make sure the drivers stay away from there. Let's have a look if we've got any other cars coming around. It looks like Tetris. No, he's stopped. Jenneth Lee in the Alpha Tauri.
We'll run a ball with Quiet Killer for his lap. He's about to start his lap now. Down to
Alright,
turn
good
1.
idea.
Heavy braking zone, normally around the 100-meter board. Careful of the cars coming out of the pit exit there. Oh, bit of a snap there. Left, right, weaving your way through, and then be careful coming into the banking because the car will want to throw the rear end on you. Coming out, buzzing tyres. Left, right, up over the crest, and this is where the car comes a little unstable. And you try to get it turned in onto the curve, and then this is that curve you were talking about, that dangerous curve on the outside of the racetrack that throws you off.
Yep, that's the one. He did that one well.
He's navigating the track pretty well here. Revving the car to its limits.
Yeah, I believe that one's turn 7 with that curb.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, that sounds about right. Quiet Killer up onto the last banked corner, up onto the front straight now. There's a little bit of a dry line forming, and he goes fastest, 1:17.207. That's a second quicker than T Salmons.
Yeah, that's going to be, yeah, it'll be hard to beat.
That could be a sign that the track is indeed dry, and it doesn't look the halo looks bone dry. It's a matter of now clearing that standing water.
Yep, and there's still a good 10 minutes to go too, so you'd imagine some of the cars might be bold and whack on the soft tyres, and we actually see that in pit lane, looks like the Haas of Ratbag, we've got Mertz in the Ferrari, and Bridgie, he's also got some soft tyres on, and I was just down in the Ferrari garage just, a couple of minutes before I hopped into the comms box with you here, and I can tell you Tier 2 driver Marty B is engineering for Mertz tonight, and he will absolutely be telling him to put on those softs if that's the way to go. So, yeah, we'll see if that's the case in the next few minutes, and we'll see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, the track is definitely getting quicker. Jared, it went from the bottom 10 up to 4th, so it could possibly very well be time for the dry tyres. It still looks too wet out there though, but with the graphics of the game, you'd think that the track would be ready. On board with Wayne Morris coming up to the line. He's currently 7th. He puts himself up to 2nd with a 1:17.4.
Oh, cracking lap there from Wayne Morris in the Haas. So Wayne will be one to look out for tonight. He apparently has got a bit of pace around the Netherlands, and yeah, it's great to see Wayne up in the top 2 there. So let's hope he can keep up that consistency tonight.
Yeah, and we'll bring up tyres, and actually we've got a few drivers coming onto the dry tyres. T Salmons, Ratbag, Mertz and Bridgie all looking like they're getting ready to come out on the dry compounder tyre with 8 minutes to go. They're all still in the pit box, but they're all strapped them on, ready to go. And I would imagine it wouldn't be long now till everyone else comes in and goes, right, it's time for the dries.
Yep. You can see Almighty Gob has just put on the softs, and so has Luke Fallow.
T. Salmons, he's the first one out on the dry compound tyre in the number 3.
Yep, we've seen Swiss Lord in the Mercedes just come into the pit lane. You'd imagine he's going to put on the dries because it is really drying up quickly here.
1:15.587.
Quick killer, absolutely rapid.
And that's on the intermediate.
Yeah, so he's going to want to get into pit lane and put on the softs, and you'd imagine he'll peel off a few more seconds off that time, but he's really outdone himself there. That's a fantastic time.
That is over a little over 2 seconds to the next car. So he's really outdone himself, as he said. We're gonna run on board here with the Red Bull of T. Salmons and just see what he does car control wise, because it's starting to look dry enough just a tad for these dry compound tyres.
Yeah, if he stays on the racing line, you'd imagine he'd definitely be able to generate enough grip to really put in a time that will really set the pace here with just over 6.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Yeah. Yep. So, look, shout out to Powers, you've got to say. In the Williams, he had to retire. He was leading. Actually, I think he was second, just behind Quick Killer, but looking to take the championship as T. Salmons comes into turn 1. He's on the soft compound tyre, Ethan, so let's see if he can really execute this one and get the most out of it.
Yeah, the corners he wants to look out for where the tyres are going to really slip on him is these bank corners, because as we know, gravity is a bit of a pain sometimes and likes to push things down, and water is no exception to that. And he's handled the first of the 3 bank corners, I think, fairly well, and this is another one. You're going to get a lot of standing water on the curves. He's handling it pretty well so far, staying off that outside curve.
Yep, that's beautifully done. That's turn 8 there. That's a killer. You want to get this one right too. You can easily spin and lose the back end out here if you put the accelerator down a little bit too early. Opens up the back wing there. Coming down into the chicane of 11 and 12. Got to get all over the inside of that one. Stay away from the left-hand side. Executes that one well. Good exit there. Coming into 13 now. Let's see. You want to just clip the inside and... Oh, no! He's absolutely gone too far on the left-hand side and he's hit the wall there. He's lucky not to absolutely lose the tyre. Unfortunate there. He's going to have to come in. T. Salmons, we put the comms curse on him.
Goes fastest. This is on the dry compound, so it's definitely time for the dries. And 1:12.236 for the McLaren.
The question to ask yourself is, was Bridgie compromised there with the car in front of him losing it on the final turn, because Bridgie was right behind him and he put the time in, and Almighty God has put in a 1:11.1. So, yep, I think Bridgie was compromised. So 4.5 minutes to go here, and the Red Bull is absolutely set. Oh! Gobby's just hit the wall. So he's getting a little bit excited there. Maybe on the outside of the track, picked up a little bit of the water there, and
that's what I'm thinking too. We're going on board with the debutee Jerome for his first qualifying lap. We'll give this one a bit of a silent run and just let him go out, listen to what he does.
Yeah, no pressure at all on the young man. Good luck.
That is lap of the Netherlands, and he's put himself up to 7th, but Mertz with a 1:09.673. The Ferrari goes to the top.
Yeah, outstanding lap there from Mertz. You've got to say in Parzival as well in the Ferrari. So a 1 and a 3 there for the Prancing Horse so far. That's outstanding with just over 2.5 minutes to go. And you've got to say the debut hot lap there from Jerome. Outstanding from the Alpine, putting him up into P7 there. So, yeah, great highlight for him. And, yeah, let's hope that he can keep it clean on track tonight and have a great race here at Inters.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, one thing I do want to point out with that Ferrari is how good that white looks on it. You don't often see it, but it looks sexy with it. Obviously with Vegas recently, they've done a good job with the car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, being a massive Ferrari fan myself, as everyone knows, I never shut up about them, and I'm obviously the team principal here for Ferrari. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Looking at that that white wing, it's like a white Christmas for Ferrari, so yeah, very happy with that one.
And it will be a white Christmas in a few minutes' time because Mertz is looking like he's going to take pole. If he can hold on to it. There's a minute 44 left. I think he's just doing a charge up lap here. And then he's going to put the foot down soon. The red light's still flashing on the back of the car.
Swiss Lord, I believe, just put his car up into P3 with a 109.9. So not far off the pace at all. Outstanding lap there from the Mercedes driver in Tetris with a 110.4 as well. Puts him up into P5. Great driving there. It looks like Ratbags, no Ratbags on a outlap. T. Salmons is going to have another go. Of course, unfortunately on the final corner there, just came unstuck. The Red Bull, it looks like he's absolutely pushing.
Yeah.
There is a car in front of him as well. It looks like an Aston Martin.
I'll tell you what, it's not looking too good. This train coming from what looks to be 8 or 9 all the way down that DRS straight. That's going to be a lot of traffic for anyone trying to start their lap. And obviously with the final laps coming to play very soon.
Quick Killer's just beginning his final lap, so we'll catch up with him later on. We've got a Haas coming across the line as well.
Wayne Morris.
Yep, Gobby's just starting his lap as well.
Bridgie sitting in second at the moment. It's Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, and another Ferrari, then a Williams. That's the top 5 constructors as it stands. We'll go on board Mertz here as he goes for his final flying lap. Checker flag will fall on the session. Quiet Cake is out of the session. I think he, oh, that might be in pits. But Mertz is going fairly slow here.
Bangs just put in a... Sorry, mate. Bangs just put in a 109.9 to finish his qualifying up into P4 for the Mercedes. So 2 of those Mercedes cars in P3 and P4 at the moment. So great job from the Mercedes boys, and their qualifying night is over. Hopefully they don't drop too far down. Looks like we might have an Alfa Romeo coming across the line. Quick Killer puts himself up in a P6 with a 110.2. We've got a Red Bull coming across as well. It might be... No, it's not Salmons, it's Gob.
Gob puts himself up to 3rd. McLaren. Bridgie takes pole. Bridgie taking pole with a 1 minute 9.574.
Dan the Racer crosses the line in the Alpine, puts himself up in a P11 with a 110.6.
Leaf goes quick time again.
Ratbag, a 110.5 up in a P11 in the Haas. We've got T. Salmons crossing the line up into P9 with a 110.3 in the Red Bull. And Parzival looks like he might be crossing the line. No, it's Mertz. He's coming into pit. I think that might be it. Or Wayne Morris. Wayne's gone wide. He's in the gravel in the final couple of turns, so it's come unstuck there for Wayne. Unfortunately, he'll be coming from P14, it looks like. So I think that's qualifying, Ethan.
Qualifying, done and dusted.
Luke Fallow has taken pole. We've missed that. I'm sorry, in the Williams with a 109.5, so he's Pit Bridgie in the McLaren. Shout out to Luke Fallow. That's fantastic. He's only just been signed in the last week and a half, I believe. He did race last week. So, yeah, well done, Luke Fallow. That's pole position. And Williams, I'm sure Aussie 2K GOAT, the team principal, will be very happy with that.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely amazed, or not amazed, but he'll be over the moon with that. Thrilled. Over the moon, thrilled. So Fallow will take pole, Bridgie out at position number 2, Mertz, Gob, Swiss Lord, Bang, Parzival, Quick Killer, Salmons, Tetris. That's the top 10. That's Quiet Cake right back there in the race. Wayne Morris, Jerome, the debutee out of 15, and Jaredith will come out as 16. And that is your starting order.
It is, yeah. Look, Jenneth Lee in the AlphaTauri, I don't think he put it together during qualifying. Maybe got caught out just at the end there. Maybe couldn't get a lap in on those soft compound tyres, but he'll be coming from the back of the field. So yeah, like, really interesting to see how this one's going to play out. The first couple of corners, or the first sector is tricky, especially at the start of the race, Ethan.
Yeah.
So, yep, these cars are going to have to just show a little bit of patience. Maybe not, send too many dive bombs initially, and just get into a bit of a rhythm early and see how it plays out.
Yeah, especially the first 4 to 5 corners. It's going to be hectic going into turn 1. We know this from pretty much every race. It's going to be chaos, but then when you throw banking into the question, it's just going to add that extra level of difficulty for the driver, and especially with the banking being so one-lined, you really need to be on that line to get through it cleanly, and it's going to be really difficult for drivers to get through it. We talk about it all the time, where there's a bottom groove and a top groove. If you can get that top groove, it can work.
Yeah, yep, I agree. Look, it's going to be interesting to watch the Alfa Romeo driver, Quick Killer, who is leading the Tier 3 standings at the moment. He's got 257 points. He's got a massive lead to Bridgie on 184 points, and Quick Killer has 7 race wins this season, so he really has been dominant since he's come in. Timmy, absolutely one of the signings of the season. So he's coming from around P7 or P8, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on him during the race because, yeah, he'll probably look to come through the field and look to get himself on a podium. So good luck to his drivers trying to keep him at bay.
Yeah, now I don't know whether or not we're doing a formation lap or not. I don't know if that glitch is still a thing in the game.
Yeah, no formation lap tonight, so we'll be straight into it. Just waiting for a couple of players to load in to just get into their cars and make sure they get their helmets adjusted correctly. So yeah, no formation lap there. It is a bit buggy, so we've decided to scrap that for the last 4 rounds.
Yeah, well, the time for talk is finally finished.
Let's
Saddle
go
up, Netherlands, because here we go. Luke Fogg gets off to a great start. Bridgie takes the lead. Mertz on the charge. He's up to 3rd already. They go to turn 1. It's 4 wide in the back. Oh, contact, and there's a car around this house from the looks of things.
Oh! We've definitely got a yellow. Looks like there was a little bit of contact. Quick Killer is battling Swiss Lord. Swiss Lord coming back at Quick Killer here, and he's got the job done. Salmons, you said, having a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he's 7 seconds off the pace there. Yep, he's gone around. That's unfortunate. We'll head back up. Let's get on board with Quick Killer if we can. He's really
Quick Killer on the
really
back
pushing
of the
Swiss Lord.
He's on the back of the Mercedes. He's really pushing that Mercedes up along the field, almost like a bump draft. You see it all the time in NASCAR, and he's trying to put the pressure on, trying to make the move. We're going to go back further in the pack here to Dan the race. He's putting Plausible under some pressure here, and it looks like Quiet Cake could be under some pressure from Wayne Morris as well.
Yep. Wayne's definitely putting some pressure on Quiet Cake. Those two have been battling all season long. They love rubbing a few tyres, there's no doubt about it. Dan the Racer, he's up 3 positions, so he's had a fantastic opening lap in the Alpine. He's in P10 at the moment. We've got Tetris in the Williams up 2 positions. Jerome as well, P13, he's up 2 positions, so great start from the debut there. The Alpine driver's looking good early.
Yeah, he's looking really good. We'll actually go and watch Jerome for a little bit. He has a bit of a gap between him and the car in front, a bit of breathing space, and he's got a bit of breathing space to the car behind. So he's in an ideal position, one would say, maybe. Maybe just holding back, saving tyres at the start, maybe, you think?
Could be, could be. Just going to bring the tyres up. I'm just going to have a look at those and see how that's playing out at the moment. So, yeah, we've got a mix of soft and mediums at the moment. So, Bridgie and Luke in P1 and P2 on the softs. Then you've got Almighty Gob on the mediums and then an absolute mix from there. So, it's about 50-50, you'd say.
Yeah.
So, Quick Killer... Yeah, Swiss Lord looking to keep Quick Killer at bay. He does have the softs and Quick Killer on the mediums. So, the softs actually go pretty good around here.
Change the lead. Luke Fold takes the lead back on Bridgie. Gobby, he's on the hunt. He's really pushing that Red Bull up along. He's just put the fastest lap in the race. DRS is now online.
And Quick Killer gets the job done on Swiss Lord as well down that front straight there. So just taking the opportune moment there, and Quick Killer up into P6. Mertz is in P4, so he's just keeping a close watch on Gobby at the moment. The back of the Red Bull, who's been driving fantastically at the moment. Gobby and Mertz had a really good battle last weekend, so we'll hope to see more of that action as this race unfolds. Banging the Mercedes in P5. He's had a great start. He's just a second off the pace at the moment, and Quick Killer looking to drag him in. He's on the back of the Mercedes. We've got a yellow flag. Looks like Parsifal's around.
It's a Ferrari.
We've got a Ferrari around.
A Ferrari.
Yep. Turn 9, I believe, there, so he may have got caught on that curb. Not sure. We'll find out, but T. Simmons is catching up quickly to the back of Parsifal, so he'll be happy to see another car out there on track.
Yeah, and it looks like Mertz is going to make the move. He does make the move in the banking.
A Red Bull on the inside lets him go smartly. Oh!
The Ferrari will
quite
hold
get
on.
their breaking point right there. I think it was maybe Gobby, but he did well just to let Mertz go, and he's on the back of him, so he'll hunt him down for another lap. You've got the two Mercedes in P6 and P7, so those two will be looking to work together, you'd imagine, and just keep the Williams of Tetris at bay there on those medium tyres.
Yeah.
Down the race for about 3 seconds off the pace behind Tetris.
Yeah, you'd think that we're going a bit of team orders, bit of, I'll tell you, you tell me, kind of slingshot in a sense to work their way up the field, but also work together to possibly get a 1-2 here. If they have the pace. It looks like the Rebels under threat here from Quick Killer. Quick Killer's all over the back of Almighty Gob.
Yeah,
and
so as we predicted, Quick Killer. Oh, look at that exit from Quick Killer there. Just says, how do you do, Gobby? I'll catch you next time. And he's all the way up into P4 there, so moving through the field like a knife through butter, you got to say.
Yeah, he is really moving up this back end. I dare say it wouldn't be too long till he's on the back of the Ferrari of Mertz.
You'd have to say he's absolutely going to reel Mertz in. Yep.
But as we say that, it's a pretty close fight up the front for the lead as well. Two tenths is the gap. And Bridgie is all over the back of him. He's going to maybe have a look to make a move here.
Yeah, let's check out Bridgie's form. Yeah, Bridgie, he's had one race win this season. He's been pretty consistent, you've got to say. Obviously sitting in P2 in the McLaren. 184 points. He's not that far clear off Deadly Fuller on 178 points, who we're missing tonight. So shout out to Fuller. Hopefully he gets back in his seat as soon as possible. And then you've got Trenner missing as well. That's Bridgie's teammate. It's absolutely killing Mercy, the team principal of McLaren. He's thirsty for points, you'd say. Really wants to reel in Williams for the overall championship.
Yeah, and with the way the race is at the moment, with the Williams leading and Mercedes in second, it's not necessarily helping that fight. We're going back to Mertz. Here comes quite Quick Killer. Down the inside of the Ferrari. Well done, and he puts the fastest lap in.
Oh, that's a beautiful move. So Quick Killer getting the most out of those medium tyres. Nice and early. Mertz looking to come back on the inside. Gets a nice exit there. Took the inside line there. So he'll look just to get a bit of a toe behind Quick Killer, who's absolutely flying through this field. And, Mertz will just tuck in nicely, you'd imagine. And, just keep with these guys. It looks like he's got the pace tonight. Gobby's fallen off a little bit. He's 1.2 seconds in P5 behind P4. But you'd imagine those cars in front of him are going to be squabbling a little bit. And Gobby, as I'm talking now, is right back onto the pace. So that Red Bull driver is continuing his great form of recent weeks.
Yeah, we're on board with Quick Killer, looking at the back of the Ferrari and the Red Bull. And Mertz is not really letting him go. He's keeping him honest. He's staying with him. So, will he have a chance maybe down the front straight? No, it's the...
Oh, quick killer.
Look at the
Wow.
look at the raw
The sandbags are well and truly off that Alfa Romeo coming to the final rounds. And it looks like Bridgie actually dipped his left tyre into the grass coming into turn one, and that won't help his exit. So he's lost a little bit of time there, and Mertz is all over the back of him. So, it looks like Luke Fallow has had a moment, and Quick Killer's up on the inside. He's taken the lead of this race, and we've got a yellow flag. It looks like there's an incident.
Yeah, trying to get to it. There's a couple cars around. It's Haas and
cars all over
Alpine.
the road. Yep, there's an absolute pile-up, you'd have to say. So they're just trying to get organised. Looks like,
car?
Safety car. Yep, so Delta is playing a little bit of havoc here. Looks like Jeromeon got caught up. The Alpine, maybe Ratbag, Wayne Morris, Jenneth, Dan the Racer, and Parzival. So that'll bring those guys back up into the pack. You'd imagine the soft tyres probably going to come into pit, Ethan. What do you reckon?
It's a 50-50 gamble because it's still that too early to come in, Mark, but also it's the prime time to come in. So it's either you win or you lose in this. So
can you run hard to the end? I'd imagine no.
You probably would need to make another stop. Yeah, you would need to make another stop to get to the end.
What are they going to do? Luke Fallow, you'd imagine on the softs he's going to come in, and he does. So the Williams is in, the McLaren's in, Mertz is in.
Soft runners are coming in.
Yep, medium stayed out. All the medium drivers so far have stayed out. You've got Quick Killer, Almighty Gob, Bang, Tetris. That's the first 4 cars of this race. Bridgie's put on the hards.
We've got Wayne Morris and the mediums coming in. And he's got a speeding, 3 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
5 seconds, is it?
3 or 5. There was a penalty there.
Oh, he's got a 3. Yeah, he's definitely got a 3-second penalty. That's unfortunate.
For crossing the white line, maybe?
Yeah, that might be it.
He goes on to the hards.
Yeah, we've Luke Fallow has chosen to run the mediums in P7. So he will be the first of the new tyres, and behind him Bridgie on the hards. So he'll be looking to go a little bit longer, you'd imagine. Hopefully just can keep pace with Luke after the restart of the safety car. You got T. Salmons in P9. He's decided to stay out, so he's got a bunch of new tyres running behind him and a couple in front of him. Mertz has opted for the hards, as has Swiss Lord and Quiet Cake, P10, 11 and 12. Ratbag as well in P13 has opted for the hards. You've got Jennifer Lee on the fresh mediums in P14. Parzival in the Ferrari, fresh hards, as with Wayne Morris in the house on fresh hards. So, restart for those guys.
Yeah, Quiet Killer is hustling the safety car to get a move on here. He wants to get tyres up to 10 and back to racing. Safety car should be in next, not this time, next time round. One more time round. Does anyone else come in? Oh, bit of a fake, and we got someone is coming in. Who is that? It's Tetris. Is it Tetris?
Looks like an Alpine. It's Dan the Racer.
Dan's coming in. So
he's Now, interesting. He's opted to pit the second lap, so will he be putting on the hards and give himself an extra... Yeah, he has. He's put on the hards, so he's going to try and go long. I think Dan the Racer is going to try and go long here.
Yeah, that will be the way to play it. Go along to the race and then come in at the end for another set of mediums or another set of softs.
Yeah, you never know. So... Look, you've got to mix it up. You've got to mix up the strategy. Sometimes it plays into your hands, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
and,
sometimes
you got to risk
maybe
it
good,
to get the biscuit.
sometimes maybe not so good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen the meme. We all know how it really goes. So
that's right.
Quiet Killer leads Gob, leads Bang. Safety car will hopefully be in this lap. Everyone has caught up.
So you'll have to stay on board with Quick Killer for the restart in P1 just to make sure that he has a clean restart in the field behind him. So no stop starts. He's got to have a clean getaway once he decides to go and keep the accelerator down. So it'll be interesting to see when he goes. He's going to make sure the safety car goes all the way into pit lane. Otherwise, he will lose control of his car if he goes for an early start here. So he's slowing the field right down, as you should. Mertz has picked up a 5-second penalty for a collision with T. Salmon. So you'd imagine Mertz he'll be very unhappy.
He definitely will be unhappy. Lights are out. Quick Killer controls the field. Coming around the last couple of corners now. The safety car is in the pits. And he puts the foot down and we're back underway.
So Quick Killer coming around turn 1 at the moment. Looks like he's got off to a pretty good start, about 5.5 tenths. But Gobby is closing the gap in that Red Bull. Looks like Gobby might be burning. He's coming after him. Will he have a look? No, he won't. Looks like Bang's just going to tuck him behind as well. But it looks like the Williams drivers might be having a little bit of a tussle here. I think Luke Fallow let Tetris go. We'll have to see how that one plays out. So, pretty clean restart, you've got to say, Ethan. We're just looking a bit further down the field. Looks like Bridgie up on the inside of the debut driver in the Alpine there, so he got the move done up into P6 for Bridgie.
Well done, Bridgie, and well done to Rome for being this high in the pack on his debut race. He's got the Red Bull of T. Salmons behind him, and Mertz is hot on his heels as well. I spoke to Mertz prior to the race, and he's racing with a fractured wrist. So he's doing really well. Oh!
T. Salmons is giving Jeromeon all he can handle, and Mertz up on the inside as well. So
car round. We're going to definitely have a safety car. Rat bag.
Rat bag's out, so we've got a safety car. I'm not sure what happened there, but yep, his race is over. Really unfortunate for Rat bag in the house tonight. He was looking pretty solid out there, so you know what he'll be saying? The old classic Rat bag call.
For screw's sake.
Yeah, we know what that is. Jeromeon was getting a bit of a rough treatment out there, I've got to say. It looks like a few cars were getting their elbows out to get past him, but he's holding his own. And Golby's picked up a 5-second penalty, speeding in pit lane. This one will catch you out. I think is it a 60 around here in pit lane?
I think it is 60, actually.
Either way, it's a bit of a... It's not easy to pull up the car under race conditions, especially on F1 23. You've got to brake a little bit earlier than you usually do, and it's caught out a few drivers here recently.
Yeah, so from what it looked like, I got a glimpse of Tetris. It looked like he just gone up on the sausage curve at that hairpin. And we all hit the sausage curve at least once throughout the game.
Look, if you can get onto Mertz at the moment, it looks like he's having a bit of a trouble in the Ferrari garage. It looks like they put on intermediate tyres, so the pit crew there have
my goodness.
Lost their minds.
Have you got Mattia there for some reason?
Look, I'd imagine what happened is that Marty B has called Mertz into box to serve the 5-second penalty, and in the confusion, he must have mixed up the tyres, the pit crew, and so Mertz, you'd imagine, will be coming straight back in. He'll put on some hards to go to the end. Maybe that's a strategy. To
he's going to lose a lot of time here.
Well, not necessarily. He's only going to lose a few positions.
He's already at the back.
He's at the back, but he's going to come in and pit, and he'll put on tyres, which have saved him another lap. The hard tyres, so he's going to look to go to the end. I think maybe that's why he's thrown on the inters. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. I'm going to run with that.
Oh, Ferrari's done it again.
He just can't speed, that's all. As he comes in, he gets this right. Yep, slows right down.
Ferrari's done it again, and they've come out with the hard tyres. They come out with the correct tyres this time.
Here we go. So I believe that's a ploy from Marty B, the engineer. I'm going to back my boys in, and he's told him to save the hard tyres for one lap, put on the inters, go around, and see if you can take these ones to the end. So that'll be the Ferrari strategy. We'll see how it plays out.
Burn a set of softs?
No. You'd want to keep your softs to the end.
Softs or mediums? I mean, you probably wouldn't go back on the mediums anyway.
The mediums won't go to the end, so I imagine Marty B's just, telling his driver that the hards will, and let's save at least one lap, and that's the way they've gone. Look, you've got to say, Luke Fallow doing a great job up in P3 in the Williams. Bang as well, reserving tonight in the Mercedes in P2, but Swiss Lord as well, very consistent P5, as is Quiet Cake in the Aston. He's the only Aston driver tonight. He's missing his teammate Argo, unfortunately, but Quiet Cake's, he's been pulling some good points. Safety car is in this lap. Jenneth Lee in P7 in the Alpha Tauri. He's been good this race. He's in P4 on the mediums. A lot of hard tyres around him, so hopefully he can make up some positions early. Wayne Morris and P9 always looking to take advantage of any early scraps. Let's get on board with P1 and take it away.
Lights
Ethan.
are out. Bangs for 5 seconds for colliding with Quiet. The lights are out. Safety cars in the pits. Let's go racing.
You've got to ask yourself, did Quick Killer stop and go, or was Bang just a bit over anxious? But anyway, they're off and racing.
It looked like Bang was over anxious. We're back on our way. Looks like no. Bang's gonna maintain. So it looked like Luke was gonna have a go at Bang for a second in the Mercedes. They make their way down towards the Banks corner here. Looks like the Mercedes is gonna run that bottom groove, and the Williams up on the grass on the exit does a Lando Norris and pulls it off. And here comes Bridgie as well. Bridgie's gonna have a crack at the Mercedes.
Bridgie's definitely pulling up a seat at the party here. He wants a piece of cake. Having said that, Cake's just a couple of positions back, and he's looking for a seat at the table as well. You've got Swiss Lord up in P5. It looks like Bridgie is trying to get up on the inside of Bang. I don't know if that's the greatest position to do it. Both the cars have a little bit of contact, and Bridgie's the worst for wear. Swiss Lord up on the outside looking to take advantage, and Quiet Cake has also come back into the action with Jenneth Lee looking to pull up a few positions as well. This is a great scrap here as we get underway after the second safety car. 13 laps done. This is Netherlands Tier 3 Friday night, Ethan. Great to be here in comms with you as the cars come around. Luke Fallow looking to get the job done into turn 1. Will he have a go? Oh, they're side by side.
And it looks like Reggie's going to get the move done on Bang. And we've got a yellow.
Oh, they've come together. Luke Fallow and the race leader. That's really unfortunate. Quick Killer and Luke. They've locked wheels there, and Quick Killer's definitely worse for wear. He had 13 lap old mediums, and Luke really was going for that. So
I didn't quite catch that. We stay green though, and Bridgie will take the lead. Then it's the two Mercedes in second and third. So the 1-2 is still on the cards here.
Oh, you've absolutely called this, Ethan. If the Mercedes drivers can pull this off, it will be absolutely amazing. But they have to pull in Bridgie, and Bang's got a penalty as well. So that's going to come into play at the end of this race, you'd imagine.
Yeah, well, it definitely will, and they also got Luke Follow right on their heels as well, so it's not going to be easy. We're a little bit further back. Jared and Quiet Cake having a scrap, and even the Haas of Wayne Morris is going to be involved in this.
Oh, yeah. Jenneth, he's absolutely smelling the fumes of the gearbox of that Aston Martin, and as you said, Wayne Morris wants to get involved as well. He's got a great exit here, and he's going to have a look on the inside of the AlphaTauri. Wayne Morris gets the move done. He does have a time penalty. It looks like Luke Fallow and Swiss Lord might be, they're battling, and Luke goes up in a P3 there.
Yeah, that's a great move there from the Haas driver. We'll come back up to the battle for third. As he said, Luke Follow getting his way up into third. The Mercedes is not going to back down without a fight. Swiss Lord is right on the heels. Not quite going to be close enough. He's going to be right on the back of Bang. Looks on the outside, not the place to do it. Down the inside, got the deadly curve. Is he going to have a crack with DRS? It might be his best chance, or is he going to send a dive bomb? No, he thinks better of it.
Oh, it's really good fighting out here. Looks like Wayne Morris has got the move done on Dan the Racer. Looks like he's had his corner compromised there. We've got a yellow flag as well. Tetris looks like he might be around. Yep, he is. Not sure what happened there. Hopefully he can turn that car around and get back in the race. Looks like Wayne Morris flicks out the back end there. A little bit of trouble. Salmons and, looks like Parsifal's having a little bit of trouble. He lets Mertz go.
Bit of moving,
what have you seen?
Bit of moving between the Mercedes. It's 3-1 almost down the front straight. Luke will get the move done for second, but here comes Swiss Lord. He's going his way up to third now, and he's going to go on the hunt for the Williams. Coming out of the last corner, the Williams of Luke, and Bang had a bit of rubbing wheels coming on to the straight where there's that little bump where it goes from banked to flat. So thankfully they made it through, but that was sketchy.
Well, yeah, Bang's on 15 lap old medium, so he'll be struggling compared to those other cars around him. So maybe that's what compromised that corner for him there, where I think he lost a couple of positions. He was in P2, so Luke Fallow now up into P2 and Swisslord up into P3. So it's been a great scrap from these cars. Quaicake as well, hanging on there in P5 and the Aston Martin, looking to put some pressure on Bang, of course. Bang's got that 5-second penalty, so... Wayne Morris as well, up into P6. So yeah, these guys are really scrapping it out for the higher echelon of points here in this race. We're almost about halfway through. Dan the Racer in P7. Jenneth Lee about a second behind him. And T. Salmons in the Red Bull, if you don't mind, get on board with him. Going down the straight, looking to get up on the inside of Jenneth Lee. Jenneth holding on, giving him a nice line on the inside. Gives him room as well. Can Salmons get this move done? Looks like he does.
Say, the Ferrari has had a better strategy call. Mertz has gone from last to 9th on that restart. He's now on the back of Salmons here. He's looking to go to 8th. So maybe that did make the right call.
Oh! Looks like Wayne and Bang. Yep, Wayne's got up on the inside. He's got the move done. And, yep, Salmons, as you said, with Mertz, really pushing now to come up to this fight for P4. Quakecake's up in a P4, Wayne Morris behind him, so Bang's all the way down to P6. Shouldn't say all the way, but he's doing really well on those old mediums. Dan the Racer behind him. Salmons just up onto the back, and Mertz all over Salmons at the moment. Let's have a look. Salmons is flashing, so, Ethan, it's all going to come into this final couple of corners. Take it away.
Yeah, it's going to really play. Have you got banking here? So it's going to make it even more interesting. As I said prior to the race, you got a higher groove and you got a low groove. Higher groove is the longer way around, but sometimes it can be quicker. The lower groove.
Dan the Racer. Dan the Racer on the inside of turn 1.
Inside. Goes.
Bang! Up on the inside, the switchback.
Oh, bit of banging wheels with the Alpine there, and here comes T. Salmons, and that's what I mean by the top groove.
Mertz makes contact with Bang up on the inside, so he's going to have to be patient here because Bang's struggling on those old mediums. You're right, Salmons is doing really well. Quick Killer picks up the fastest lap, P14 in 3-lap old hard, so he's pushing to get his way back up. Well, he's into the points actually, but he wants more than that. There's no doubt about it. He's got plenty of time too to get the job done. Mertz is on the back of Bang. Can he line this one up? It looks like we've got T. Salmons is around.
Salmons is around.
Red Bull's around. Really unfortunate. He was having a great stint after the safety car. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I just caught that. So that's what I think happened to Rapag. Just got up on that curb. We are staying green, no safety car. Mertz is going to go down the inside. He's going to go up to that top groove. He's going to have a look. Side by side down the front straight, and it's easy done. Thank you very much. I'll take that position. Mertz up to 7th. He's now going to hunt down the Alpine with Dan the Racer. And he's going to join this fight. We've got a bit of a side by side here between Quiet Cake and Dan the Racer. I think Quiet Cake maintains position there. So great defense.
Yeah, it is great defense.
Dan the Racer, he's really trying to find a way past. He knows that Ferrari's hard on the charge. And
no doubt about it.
Here's Mertz to join the party just as I say that. Is he going to have a look? Yep. Mertz.
If you get on board with Dan the Racer, you can see he takes a slightly different line. Of course, Quiet Cake being really defensive, but Dan's using some interesting lines here and really getting some great exits here to give Quiet Cake a lot of pressure. Yeah, very nice there from Dan. Good racing.
That's what it's about. Applying pressure, getting the better exit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's it. If you can get the pressure on the car in front, it's better than actually trying to overtake in places where there's just not enough room for two cars to get around. Looks like Dan is flashing at the moment, so Mertz won't make the move. But Dan up on the inside, just having a look at Quiet Cake there, but won't go all the way. Yeah, Quiet Cake doing very well to hold off P5.
Yeah, and in the background there, we've got the move done on Bang. Here comes Dan the race on Quiet Cake. Mertz is right on the tail of these two cars fight. It's a three-car fight. Actually, kind of reminds me of the first Cars movie, if you really think about it with the colours.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but you're right. It's great racing.
You got Chick Hicks in the green, you got the King in the blue, and Lightning in the scarlet red in the Ferrari.
Beautiful. Oh, looks like Quiet Cake had a bit of a snap there, so
here we go.
Dan the racer on the outside,
Mertz
gets the move done.
Is he going to have Mertz is hanging on. Gobby, he's right on the back. It's become a four-car fight contact. Five-car.
There's this is going to be interesting. That was never going to work.
And
so Mertz is, they've made contact. Mertz is on the inside. He probably should have just let Quiet Cake go there and probably would have had him on the straight. So that's unfortunate. But that's racing. That's the way it goes. We've got a couple of cars, I think, coming into pit. Yeah, Gobby's into pit. So will he be changing his wing?
Everyone's fairly spread out. The next closest fight.
Gobby serving his penalty, it looks like, yeah.
The House of Wayne Morris and the Mercedes of Swiss Lord. You were saying?
Gobby is changing his wing, yep.
Gobby having a wing change. The field's fairly spread out now.
Yeah, it is. It is. The Red Bull drivers just coming unstuck in the last couple of laps. You've got to say, same with the Ferrari drivers, although Parzival is putting good stint there on the 13-lap old hards. Luke Fallow doing really well leading this race, and the Williams P1 at the moment is trying to push past that second gap, so Bridgie can't get a good run on him here, and it looks like he may have just extended that out. So
hang on, we've got to add some more. Quiet Cake's going off the track here and lost a couple of places.
Well, Quiet Cake was having a little bit of trouble in the same section a lap ago. He got up on the inside of that curb. Hopefully he can just bring that car under a bit more control. But yeah, he's having a pretty good race overall, no doubt about it.
Yeah, these curbs ready can be pretty high, and they can unsettle the car by a big margin.
It's a massively technical track. There's no doubt about it.
It is. Between the undulation and the banking, that alone is throwing a massive technical factor into it. And then when you throw
easy. Yep.
The high curves, the high speed, it's really tricky, and that's what most drivers like about this circuit. It's challenging.
No doubt about it. It's so easy just to dip a tyre in on the exit or the entry, or just, trying to get an overtake done through the narrow section of Sector 2. So yeah, it is a tricky course, but these drivers are really performing well out here. You've got to say, we've only had one DNF. We've had a couple of safety cars, but some really good racing as well, you've got to say.
Yeah.
Bridgie, Luke Fallow, Wayne up in a P3, Swiss Lord as well, Dan the Racer, Bang's been consistent, Jeneth Lee up in a P7, Quiet Cake's been around the middle. Jeneth Lee, bang into the pits, so he's done 22 laps on those mediums, so he was waiting for a safety car, but he's had enough putting on those soft tyres to go to the end.
So this is where we're going to see the field start spreading out a little bit. Wayne Morris and Swiss Lord having it out. We're actually going to come back to what looks to be Aston Martin and Ferrari. This is Quiet Cake and Plausible. They are having it out for 7th and 8th.
Yep, they're on the same compound tyre as well, and the same number of laps, 15 laps on those hard tyres. So yeah, those two, they'll definitely be scrapping it out, and it's a matter of just who's been looking after those tyres a little bit better. You'd imagine Parzival might have a little bit better grip at this point, given that Cake has been just really trying to hold on to P5, fighting off those cars for so long.
Yeah.
Looks like Parzival. Oh, and Cake, as I said, that's just that corner. It's giving him a lot of trouble on the exit. A little bit compromising for the young man, but he's holding on. And let's see if Parzival goes a little bit wide, touches the wall.
He's coming in,
Quiet Cake. He's had enough of those tyres, absolutely giving him just a horrible time out there. So
this is what I like with the equal performance. It really shows the driver's skill level You can see Quiet Cake struggling on those worn out hard compound tyres. That's one sector of track, but then you go Plausible, who takes like a champ, doesn't step out, and just shows the amount of control he has over that car.
No doubt about it. Quake's got the fresh mediums on, so he'll be feeling very confident about those. Bangladesh, Bang's right behind him in P13 on the softs. He's absolutely pushing Quake around the track as we speak. Quake's just holding his line as he should. Interesting from these two drivers. Maybe they've got a bit of history there, but Bang was absolutely pushing him around like a trolley in Coles on a Sunday afternoon. So let's hope that these two don't come unstuck. Quake's just going to get those tyres under temperature, but this is absolutely where the scrap is happening at the moment. So we'll stay on board here, and Bang just gives him a little nudge from the trolley there. Hopefully not too much damage. Let's have a look up on the inside of the chicane. Gives him nice room there, Cake, and they've had a little bit of a touch. That was inevitable, I think.
Yeah, you can see that coming.
Yeah, you can see a couple of miles away.
Tetris takes up 2 places there. Takes
Tetris.
And they're going to be hammer and tong now. And I dare say Bang's not going to be too nice anymore.
No, round 2 coming up on lap 26, you've got to say, for these two. Tetris was absolutely laughing all the way to the bank there, and Quake's is centred on the inside of Tetris. And also Bang takes advantage of Tetris just getting...
what happened there? Jeez.
Looks like
Quake's gone.
He's mixed the batter and he's gone into the wall. I'm not sure. That was a horrible accident. Hope he's all right.
That was an odd one because there was no contact.
That's a safety car.
And this is going to bunch the field up. And what do you reckon?
Oh, no.
Drive through for the rookie.
Jeramon.
Who do you reckon's in the best position right now? I reckon Bang.
Well, Bang's in a great position. Yeah.
I reckon Bang is, because if you think about it, they're all going to come in. They're all going to come in.
Yeah, they're all coming in. He's got a Delta. He's got to sit on those, so you'd imagine a few cars are going to come out. Yeah. Bridgie's probably in the prime position. Let's have a look. I think it's... Yeah, everyone's coming in, so yeah, they're going to hold position here. Yeah, unfortunate. Quake, he had a really good start to this race, and just the last 3 or 4 laps, just a bit of argy-bargy with a few other cars, and just looked to get the better of him. Unfortunate that he ended his race.
Bang comes
looking forward to those scraps.
That was pretty close from Tetris, so it's going up the back of Bang. And when we say everyone's coming in, we mean everyone is coming in. Everyone from first to last has made a stop except for Tetris. No, Tetris has come in. So,
everyone
3 safety cars, 2 different leaders.
Yep, Bridgie's back out in front. So the first 2 are on softs. You got Wayno on the mediums, Swiss Lord on the softs, and then Dan the Racer on the mediums, and the rest of the cars behind that from P6 down are on the fresh softs. So it will be qualifying of 8 laps to the end, and may the fastest car win.
This in Speedway is called a heat race. This is going to be intense. Maybe another lap. So Bridgie leads from Luke, Wayne Morris, Swiss Lord, Dan the Racer, Jaredith, Plausible, Jerome, Mertz, Quick Killer, Salmons, Bang, Tetris, and Gold. That's the remaining 14 drivers in this race. We started with 16, we lost 2.
Yeah, unfortunately lost 2. Yeah, Ratbag in the Haas and Quakeak in the Aston. No longer on track tonight. So every car that will finish will get a point. Of course, points go down to P15. So every driver just has to hang in there and will collect some points for their team tonight. Quick Killer in P10. He'll be happy to see another safety car, you'd imagine, after coming together with Luke Fallow not long after the restart of the second safety car. So I think he's got the pace to really climb back up there, but he's got a few cars to get through and
100%.
Probably will run out of laps, you'd imagine.
The gloves are going to be off 100%. The gloves will be off for every single lap remaining in this race. Everyone has caught the safety car. We got 10 laps of racing. Safety car is in, the lights are out. Bridgie takes control of the field to make their way around the last couple corners. He's not really giving the safety car any time to get away here.
No, he's going to have to be careful. The safety car's going to get all the way in. If Bridgie decides to go now, he's absolutely going to get caught out. He really needs to wait. He's absolutely dipped his car into the grass. I don't know what he's doing.
Green flags wave and went back on the way.
Yeah, I don't think he's been able to get a clean getaway. It looks like Luke's pretty close to him, but no, he's not too bad. It's a pretty clean restart, so well done there from Bridgie. I think he played that rather well there. We've got all the cars. It looks like Jeromeon got the move done on Mertz maybe into P1, so shout out to the man, P8 in the Alpine at the moment. That was a pretty clean move. Mertz up on the outside.
Two for
no,
one.
Inside. Here we go. Gets the move done.
And now he's going to have a look at his teammate. Is it going to be team orders or is it going to be gloves off?
You'd imagine it will be... Oh! So Jerome, he's made contact with Quick Killer, who was on the back of Mertz. Just very unfortunate there because it looks like Mertz was trying to get through on his teammate and there was a bit of concertina effect there, just a little bit of braking, not what you were expecting. Quick Killer and Jerome came together, just racing incident, looked very unfortunate. Virtual safety car, so not too much damage for either car, we hope. And we'll be back under racing pretty soon, you'd imagine there, Ethan.
You'd think so. Maybe a couple more seconds.
So I think it will be team orders. So I think Parzival will look to let Mertz go.
Look at Quiet Killer, sorry, he's right on the outside of Mertz, letting him know he's there.
He is. Quick Killer.
He is hungry.
Yep.
Don't count him out. He can still win this.
Well, let me tell you, Alfa Romeo from the start of this season, they were really behind the 8 ball until Timmy. Oh! Quick Killer has got the move done on the restart, has he? He's on the inside of Mertz. Mertz won't die wondering and aggressively takes back the position, so well done from the young Ferrari driver there. But as I was saying, Timmy has done a great job to pull Alfa Romeo off the scrap pile, and they're sitting in P6, I believe, in the overall standings. It might be P5 after last weekend, but we haven't seen the upload of statistics, given that it's been a very busy week for the stewards and everyone involved there. But Quick Killer doing really well, but he has got a penalty to serve. I might just bring that up and have a look. 3 seconds. Wayne Morris with 8 seconds and a drive-through for Jerome in P14.
Look at Salmons. He tried to go for a 2-for-1 down the inside. He's got Bang though. So, oh no, Bang's got him back, I think. Yep, Bang's got the Red Bull back down the front straight away now. DRS enabled.
And Gobby as well, the Red Bull right behind his teammate, having a look on the inside going into turn 1. So this is going to be interesting from the teammates. Gobby does send it. And he gets the move done, so Salmons lets him go there. Great work from those two. Yep. We go up a little bit further, and Mertz is still behind his teammate as well in the Ferrari. And Mertz up on the inside. Oh, that was beautifully executed there. And there's contact with Quick Killer up on the inside of Parzival, but he's managed to keep his car there. And Bang just tucks in behind in the Mercedes. So it's all happening through Sector 2 there. Just a lot of hard racing and a bit of contact there, Mertz.
Yep.
Sorry, Ethan.
Yeah, just holding on for life at the moment, and you can understand why. The two Rebels are fighting. Oh, bit of contact at the back between the two Rebels and the Mercedes. The Rebels are side by side. They're still going at it. They have not put a foot wrong this whole lap. They've been at it since... Well, they've been doing it for almost a lap now.
Also, if we can just move a little bit further up, Luke Fallow in P2 in the Williams. He's got a run on Bridgie going into turn 1. Is he going to have a look up on the inside? Bridgie goes fastest lap.
No, doesn't. He thinks better of it. You're making
Tucks
away
him
back
behind.
the field. Here comes Mertz on Jared. Great move. And it's an absolute train from passable back. Quick Killer has got the move done on the Ferrari. The Rebel, T. Simmons is looking around the outside and can't quite get it done. That Mercedes is an absolute roadblock for the Rebel.
Oh, Simmons all over the back of the bang. Oh, and they made contact. He looks like he may have pushed him a little bit. And Gobby has absolutely been the unfortunate casualty in that race. Little scrap there. So, really unfortunate for T. Simmons' teammate there getting caught up in that. But the race goes on up into... Looks like Quickler up and gets the move done up at a P7. Hard on the brakes there. Gets the car turned around nicely. So Jeneth Lee back into P8 in the AlphaTauri. Very consistent race from Jeneth. He's looking to pick up some good points for his team. Is the only car out there representing the AlphaTauri, doing a great job. Mertz up into P6. You've got to say, after everything he's been through, he's doing really well. And Luke Fallow, P1.
Luke Fallow takes the lead. Quiet Killer though. Fastest lap, he's on the hunt. He's done qualifying laps at the moment to get to where he is. He's got Mertz next to overtake, and Mertz has Dan the Racer to overtake. So this is going to come right down to, we're going to go further back here to this 4-car train.
Swiss Lord up in a P4. He's all over the back of Wayne Morris, who's got 8 seconds, I believe, worth of penalties to serve. So that's going to cost him. Swiss Lord has to be very careful, because we know Wayne Morris is going to take out the defensive driver of the year in season 5 here at Inters Racing League. He really wants to hold on to this, but it's going to be hard with those that penalty. Dan the Racer in P4, and as you said, Mertz and the Ferrari all over the back of the Alpine as well. So I think we've got 4 laps to go in this race. So it's all happening here.
It is all to play for still. There's still a win on the line. Your throws the faith. Mertz on the hunt. He's going to go down against Simon. That's a dive bomb and a half. Is it going to work though? He hugs the curb. Not quite going to make it work out. They're going to stay side by side. We'll stay on board with Mertz here. He's got the move done. Up into P5. Back running outside. Comes down the racer. Not quite going to work out. And there goes Quick Killer, sorry. On the Alpine, and he's going to get the move done nicely.
I tell you what, Dan the Racer is playing this absolutely brilliantly. He's not fighting where he knows that he's going to take damage, and he's letting those cars go when they're being really aggressive to get the move done. So shout out to Dan the Racer on the Alpine. I've got to say, I'm really enjoying his drive tonight. Yep.
Yeah, he's had
Swiss Lord
banger of a drive. Quiet Killer still hunting down Mertz, and then Swiss Lord is a part of this, and also Wayne Morris. So this is effectively a battle for the podium position here. Mertz is right on the gearbox of the Mercedes. Quiet Killer, not that far off. He's gaining and gaining bit by bit. Around the last corner on the banking, and I gotta say, Wayne Morris is lying on the top. Wayne Morris.
Mertz gets through, but looks like what happened? That was Wayne Morris. Did he just lose it there?
It almost looked like Swiss Lord got caught up on the back of him. And yeah, Swiss Lord has damage. So Swiss Lord definitely got on the back of Wayne Morris. Almost Verstappen Ricardo style. So
it's just so unfortunate with only a few laps to go too. So Swiss Lord on the back of Dan the Racer, back into P6. Mertz has gone all the way up into P3 now, so he'll be trying to chase down Bridgie. I don't think he'll be able to get that done. Quick Killer in P4. He's got a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to cost him. Effectively, Luke Fallow is going to win this race if he can just keep his car fairly straight here with no incidents, because he's got over a 2.5-second lap to Bridgie. I saw Bridgie dipped his left-hand front tyre into turn 1.
Man. If we come back to the battle for 8th here,
Tetris.
It's a 6-7 car fight. It's a 6-car fight. They're all over the place. You've got 2 different fights going on. You've got the first 3. This is absolute brilliant racing.
Swiss Lord really struggling. He's got damage, and he'll be absolutely filthy with the outcome of this race because there's not long to go, and I think it's too late to pit for the young man. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to box, and he'll be so distraught. Shout out to Swissy. Sorry, mate. It's been a shocking last couple of laps for you, but
Salmons
up to the front. Yeah, Salmons, Parzival, side by side. You're right. Oh!
There's
contact.
Oh! And he's gone.
Yeah, just
not much you can
great.
do once you get onto that gravel. You're a passenger.
Tell you what, Parzival's not happy revving the hell out of that Ferrari engine. We'll move further up. Quick Killer is up in a P3. Collectively won't stay there because Mertz is right behind him and he's got that 3-second time penalty. Maybe he'll get it removed, maybe he won't. But Luke Fallow doing an amazing job in the Williams in P1, 3 seconds out to Bridgie in P2 in the McLaren. So it looks like Mertz will pick up P3 if he can just keep it under wraps here. You've got Dan the Racer has had a great race in P5, managed to keep that Alpine out of a lot of the carnage tonight. Tetris climbed all the way up into P6 in the Williams, so just consistent racing there from Tetris. Bang as well in P7 for the Mercedes, so not all bad for them. We're on to the last lap here, Ethan.
Last lap of the race. We'll go up to the leader. Absolute dominant display. He's actually going to put the debut racer of Jerome a lap down soon. You see him in the frame a couple corners time. It's been an absolute dominant display. There goes Jerome there in the corner. Absolute dominant display. It's been an absolute hell of a race. It's been an absolute pleasure calling this one with you, Bro 7. I can't wait to do it all again tomorrow night with Tier 2.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's been awesome here in Tier 3, and Luke Fallow and the Williams, just a dominant display here. It's only his second race for Inters Racing League. He's coming around the final couple of turns now, and he's going to win this race, Ethan, so take it away.
Last corner up on the baking for the final time, onto the front stretch. He's had an absolute brilliant race. Luke will win the Dutch Grand Prix. Bridgie will come home in second, followed by a quiet cake, but Mertz will effectively take P3 on paper. Dan the Racer will come home in fifth, Tetris in sixth, Bang in seventh, there's Jared and then Summit, and then it's a fair bit of a gap back to Passable in 10th. Then you got Swiss Lord, Almighty God, Wayne Morris, and then Jerome at the back of the field. Absolute brilliant display from the young rookie. He's had an absolute heck of a race, but it just wasn't enough.
He still picks up points, though. You're right.
He still picks up points. At least he got some points.
Yep. The first part of the race I thought was really good, for the rookie. Yep. Just a little bit unfortunate there at the end, as you said. But, his teammate Dan the Racer, great job in the Alpine for P5. Quick Killer was P4 in the Alfa Romeo, so he did well after a bit of a struggle there early on, bit of a contact with Luke Fallow early, so I thought consistent driving there from Bridgie as well to pick up P2. Mertz in P3 in the Ferrari. What a great recovery drive from him. I'm sure the boys down the garage will be happy. Shout out to Marty B for his engineering. And we'll have to get a couple of those boys into the box to hear the interviews. So we'll wait till Mertz gets in here. We'll leave Luke to the end, and of course Bridgie. So I'll take Mertz away as soon as he gets in here. But who do you reckon your driver of the day?
Driver of the day has to go to Quiet Killer. Obviously, he started off the front row and had to claw his way back after an incident, and he did an absolute wonderful job doing that. Despite getting a penalty, he got himself a P4, which is still pretty good in the end. So that he's got my driver of the day, that's for sure. Final results: Luke Fuller will take the win. Bridgie will come home in second. Mertz in third, followed by Quiet Cake, Dan the Racer, Tetris, Bang, Jared, Samus, Possible, Swiss Lord, Almighty God, Wayne Morris, and Jerome will round out your finishing drivers and obviously Ratbag and Choir Cake DNF. Unfortunately for
Yeah,
them
no doubt
tonight.
about it. I reckon Quick Killer was pretty good out there too. He'll be up there in contention for driver of the day. Got to say Dan the Racer from P13 to P5, Tetris from P10 to P6, and Jenneth Lee P16 to P8. So those guys will be up for driver of the day. We'll get these interviews underway. We'll start off with Bridgie in P2 and the McLaren. Ethan, have you got any questions to kick this one off?
Well, first off, brilliant qualifying lap to put yourself up in the first few rows. And especially in the early parts in the wet, putting yourself that high up. It's an absolutely outstanding job. How was the car control through the bank corners? Was it more of a twitchy or?
It was alright. The rear end was a little bit twitchy, but it wasn't that bad. It was easy to control, so yeah, it was pretty easy to get through in the end.
Yeah, obviously tricky being obviously the undulation and the banking is going to make this track any trickier. Does it play any major effect when it comes to the air and the setup of the car?
Not really. This is probably one of my favourite tracks, so when I get a good setup, I've just pedal to the metal and just try my best. I always seem to go very well on this track, so I'm happy with P2.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. You got any questions for him, Bryson?
Yeah, Bridgie. Yeah, just want to congratulate you on the P2 and another podium. You closed the gap there to Quick Killer in P1. So, you know what, that might even put you at the top of the table. So I'm sure Murphy's going to be absolutely rapt, given that you were the only McLaren out there tonight. So, yeah, just any scraps tonight that you want to highlight? Any drivers out there that you had a good go with?
I didn't have many battles. There was a pretty big gap. Just the battles with Luke Fallow. They were good battles. I always knew he had the pace. I was just hoping he was going to make a couple of mistakes, like he did. But again, he had the pace to catch back up and get back into back in pole.
Fair enough, Bridgie. All right, mate. Well, as we said, great drive from you tonight. Look forward to seeing you out there next weekend. And, yeah, congratulations on the podium.
Cheers, guys.
All right, we do have the young man, Mertz himself, the Merari in the Ferrari. You, Mertz, got to say, bit of a rough start to the race. I think you did put yourself up there in P3 for qualifying, so you did end up getting a good lap there when the rain finally stopped. Little bit of contact early on, I believe, there, but look, you really did well to claw your way back up into the podium. A lot of battles with Quick Killer we saw there, and when there was an opportunity, you definitely didn't die wondering. So give us your highlights from the race there tonight, mate.
Yeah, look, it was a lot of mixed emotions. I was very hot-headed when that incident didn't happen as well. Yeah, I think it was one of the dirtier races I think we've seen this season. Lots of cars as well. It's a tricky track, but it was not expected. The top 10 cars as well. It's like a lot of people were crashing out. So yeah, I haven't been in this position for a while, so it's good to be back on the podium.
Yeah, it's good to see the prancing horse in Tier 3 onto the podium for the first time this season, mate. So well done there. Apart from the sprint race, of course, when you won that a few weeks back, but for the feature. So well done there. And got to say, Ethan, you know Mertz pretty well. Anything you want to add before we move on to the race winner?
I just want to know how you managed to get through the banking with a fractured wrist.
One hand. Break early.
Break early, one hand. That's the way to do it. Well, congratulations, mate. That was a well-driven race.
Thank you so much,
kept
guys.
you cool in the end.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Beautiful, Mertz. All right, thanks for joining us tonight, mate. We'll get on to the race winner, of course, in the Williams. Just his second drive here at Inters Racing League, and just outstanding performance here at the Netherlands tonight. So, Luke, you did manage to get pole position there. You got it right at the death. I didn't actually see it till a couple of seconds afterwards when it came up, but just fantastic performance from you tonight. Yeah, take us through the race if you don't mind.
Whew, well, yeah, taking that pole at the end on my quali lap, I was first sector, second sector was green, and then I was like, Jesus, this lap's terrible. And then I crossed the line and saw that I beat him by, what was it, 600ths of a second or something. And I was there like, Jesus Christ, and Aussie 2K was in the box too, and he's like, oh, that is close and everything. Yeah, it was a really tight finish to qualifying, and then the race. Off the grid, I wanted to go for a hard medium strategy, but the game just decided no and started me on softs, even though I clicked on hard mediums.
Shout out to
yeah, I was on
Cody's.
softs, and then
Yep.
shout out to Cody's W game. Ow. And then yeah, so after that I got an absolutely terrible start because I was looking at what tyre I had when the lights go out, so it was awful. And what's his name? Who am I talking about? P2.
Bridgie.
Yeah, Bridgie. Yeah, he got an absolute flyer, right? Flew past me. And then I've already forgotten what happened until yeah. Oh, he's gone. And then after that, after the start, yeah, I was really just trying to manage the softs because I didn't know if I wanted to go from softs to hards or softs to mediums. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. But then that first safety car came out. Did we know what happened for that first safety car?
I think Ratbag just lost it on the curve at the hairpin.
Yeah, so when that first safety car came out, I'm like, alright, I'll go on mediums, right? And then I heard you guys mentioning earlier that you guys' driver of the day would be going to Quick Killer, because an incident happened with him that sent him to the back of the grid. That was an incident with me. He was coming up onto the back of me, and this was in the soft. This was in the soft.
I think Aussie 2K Goat might ask you to plead the fifth here, and we'll wait till the reports go in. That'll be my advice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'll leave that conversation there. All I'm saying is, it wasn't very nice what he tried to do to me, and it ended up with him being in the wall. So I don't know about that, but yeah, that's how the race went. And then that last, what was it, 10 laps to the end sprint on the softs, that was crazy.
Oh, no doubt about it. It was about 8 laps sprint there to the end. You got to say that was probably your best stint of the race. You pulled out to over 3 seconds there to P2. So Bridgie, it's one of his favourite tracks, but he couldn't reel you in. So yeah, you got to say outstanding performance overall, Luke. And yeah, we'll leave it there, mate. But yeah, congratulations. That's a race win at Netherlands for you in just your second race. So I'm sure Aussie 2K Goat and all the boys at Williams are happy, and your teammate Tetris in P6, so outstanding for the team there, and yeah, look forward to seeing you out there again next weekend.
Yeah, thank you, man. It was an absolute pleasure racing that tonight with all of them. They're really good drivers. Yeah.
Oh, well said, mate. Yep, congratulations and enjoy all the spoils tonight. So, all right, Ethan, I think yeah, it's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Yeah, pleasure having you back in the box here and back at Inters as one of the main commentators, and yeah, we'll be taking up one of the full-time roles at Comms next season for Season 6, so make sure you guys stay with us. And anything you want to add before we get out of here, Ethan?
No, it's great to be back, honestly. It's been a long time coming away from Formula 1, obviously, going off doing my World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Tour across the US and the world. So definitely miss this place, and it's great to be back, and can't wait to do it all over again tomorrow night for Tier 2, same time here on Inters Racing League on Twitch. Keep your eyes peeled for when we go live. I can guarantee it's going to be much better than what we saw tonight.
No doubt about it. It'll be all the action again repeated here. So thanks again for joining us, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow o'clock at